President Trump has had his second physical since taking office. So what do we know about his health? I want to bring in CNN's chief medical correspondent, Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Dr. Gupta, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thanks, Don.
Let's talk about the president. He got his annual checkup today. What do we know?
Well, so far we've just gotten a pretty simple statement, and you'll remember a little bit about last year, and I'll talk about that in a second, but the statement from this year talks about the fact that the exam lasted 4 hours, there was 11 different consultants involved, and it's the last sentence there that's on the screen. That's the last sentence of the statement. The President of the United States is in very good health, and I anticipate that he'll remain so for the duration of his presidency and beyond. Very enthusiastic. It's obviously very hard to predict the future. No one has a crystal ball, so it's a very enthusiastic statement, which is in line with Dr. Ronny Jackson, who was the physician to the president last year, and now he talked about the president's health. You'll remember that there was some basic data that was presented last year in terms of the president's height and weight. 6'3" tall, 239 pounds. Cholesterol, a little bit high, 223. You can see all the numbers there. There was some recommendations in terms of what the president should do to try and take care of himself in terms of his exercise and his diet. But I wanted to play, just if you will let me, Don, a couple of exchanges from last year's press conference. Take a listen.
Okay.
Can you explain to me how a guy who eats McDonald's and fried chicken and all those Diet Cokes and who never exercises is in as good a shape as you say he's in?
It's called genetics. I don't know. It's some people have just great genes. I told the president that if he had a healthier diet over the last 20 years, he might live to be 200 years old. I don't know.
And he does have heart disease. Is that what you said?
He does not have heart disease. No.
Because he had a CT scan before that showed calcium in his coronary blood vessels.
He does. He did. He had I think so. Technically, he has non-clinical atherosclerotic coronary atherosclerosis.
Coronary artery disease, atherosclerosis, heart disease. They're all synonyms. Maybe this is semantics, but it was interesting, Don, that Dr. Jackson did not reveal that President Trump had even had this scan, did not reveal the results of that scan. A very important test when someone is concerned about heart disease. Quickly show you the numbers here. Anyone who's had concerns about their heart has maybe heard of this test, a coronary calcium test. Bottom line, when you get over 100, it's concerning. And what the Mayo Clinic will say is that your chances of having a heart attack within the next 3 to 5 years goes up significantly. And that's why the doctors need to be paying attention to his heart, addressing any potential heart disease, his cholesterol, and I'm sure that's where a lot of the focus was today, Don.
I'm trying very hard to focus. You almost lost me at 239 pounds. Okay. Anyway, can you speak to the president's theory that we've all heard, that he thinks that exercising is a waste of energy? He sees people like a battery. There's a finite amount of energy.
Yeah. No, I've heard that. I heard him say that. Look, it's not true, right? There's all sorts of crazy theories out there. You hate to even give them any more attention because that's simply not true. Now, I will tell you this, and Dr. Jackson was asked about that last year, and he kind of avoided the question. But when it comes to losing weight, I think there's no question that the diet part of the equation is far more important than the exercise. Exercise is very important. Right. But when it comes to losing weight specifically, all of our calories in come through food. And when we exercise, most of the calories out actually come from just keeping the machine running. We only burn like 10 to 30% of our calories through exercise. So for President Trump, the big question is going to be the diet. It's not to say, again, that we're a battery and we run out of energy, but diet's still going to be the most important.
Yeah, and admittedly, he likes red meat, he likes French fries, Diet Coke, because I think he has an affinity for McDonald's. A lot of Americans do,
sure.
And not to make fun, because a lot of people struggle with their health and their weight in America.
No question.
But 239 pounds? Okay. Thank you, Dr.
We'll see what
Gupta.
it is this year. Okay.